I'm Chef Sarah Brewer. Today we are going to make a raw vegan, gluten-free Alfredo pasta. This is a very creamy, rich, filling, healthy pasta that tastes like there's tons of dairy in it, but there's no dairy in it. We're going to be using cashew nuts and macadamia nuts to make it really creamy and rich. We're also going to be using these kelp noodles. Kelp noodles is actually a seaweed from the ocean, and they are very similar to rice noodles, but they're kelp, they're seaweed, so they're very high in minerals and calcium, and they don't have a fishy flavor like you might think seaweed does. It has a very neutral flavor. You just have to make sure you rinse them very well when you buy them out of the package. And this is what the package looks like. There's a few different kinds. There's some with green tea, which is fine too. You can use any kind you'd like. So we're gonna just leave the noodles aside. I already rinsed them and drained them. We're gonna make the sauce, and then we're gonna incorporate the sauce with the noodles, and it's gonna be that easy. So we're gonna start with, I have a cup of soaked cashews here. It looks like more than a cup because I soaked them, and when you soak them in water, they expand. So I soaked them for about 4 hours. We're making enough sauce for a few packages of kelp, so you can reuse the sauce. You can keep it in the fridge and use it at another day. It'll keep up to about 5 days in the refrigerator. Now, I do not soak the macadamia nuts. I keep them like they are. Because when you soak macadamia nuts, they kind of get funny. They don't taste the same. So it's good to, when you don't soak them too, like they keep the oil intact, and it makes this the creamy, much more creamier and oily of a sauce. We're gonna add the garlic here. This is about 2 cloves of garlic. Now, I de-germed the garlic. This is the little germ. I took the germ out because when I'm making raw food, it's a very bitter flavor, and it's actually can be hard to digest for some people. So I make sure I take the germ out. If it was cooked food, I wouldn't be so concerned about the germ. So you want to take the germ out and discard it. You don't want that in the recipe. We're gonna put a little olive oil. It's about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a little dash of apple cider vinegar, like really a small little dash. We have a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Whoops. We're gonna have a few good pinches of salt, Himalayan salt. This is about a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Then we're gonna add water. We're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of water. I like to add it as we go. Then we're ready to blend it. You wanna make sure that you blend it until it's super smooth. We want a very smooth, creamy, velvety sauce. So if you don't have a Vitamix, you can do it with a regular blender, but you might need to add a little bit more water, and you might wanna just do it like quite a bit longer, like maybe 5 minutes longer or something. And it will get warm from the heat, the friction, but that's fine. As long as it doesn't get like hot where it cooks it, because it is raw food, you know. We gotta keep it raw here. So we're gonna blend this till it gets smooth. You wanna watch the spinning, look through either here or here, and if there's like a tornado in the middle, that's good. If not, you might wanna add a little splash of water until we can achieve the tornado, and then blend it for a good amount. So as you can see, it's perfectly creamy. We're gonna give it a little taste here. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yummy. It's perfect. So depending on how creamy and saucy you like your pasta, you can pour it on there, but we're probably only going to use like a quarter to a half of this mixture for this one package of kelp. It's about 2 to 3 servings, the kelp part, but this part here, the sauce, is probably going to give you about 5 servings or so. It's really rich too. So, and just want to incorporate that in there really good. Sometimes it actually helps to get the scissors and chop this. So these kelp noodles can be very long. So if you have kitchen shears, just give it a little rough chop to just make it a little easier to handle. You don't want to chop it too much, just a little bit. Now, there's still a bit of water in this kelp noodles, so you really want to strain it out pretty good. You can tell that it's gotten a little watery from the kelp, but after you serve it, it's fine. So you're gonna mix that around, and then we're gonna add the arugula. I like to put a good amount of arugula in here. Adds really nice flavor and green. Just makes it more nutritious. You can use spinach if you don't like arugula. Even in cooked pasta, I like arugula. But only gluten-free. Serve this here. And then you can add a little more cream on top, pour it on top, just to give it a good little drizzle there so it's extra creamy. And very important, I have some chopped basil here. Put a generous amount of the basil on top. Cracked pepper also goes really good on top. But that's it, this is the dish. Super easy, super quick, super healthy. Raw, vegan, gluten-free, cheesy Alfredo kelp pasta. I'm Chef Sarah Brewer. Thank you for joining. Where are the scissors? Where are the kitchen scissors at? You got kitchen scissors?